Tomahawk TV News, Montague County's only newscast, coming at you from Nocona High School.
Hello, Montague County. This week we have a great episode prepared for you. Up first is Kieran Gibbs with his review of the long-awaited movie Batman vs. Superman.
Welcome to the Movie Dumpster, the segment in Tomahawk TV News where I, Kieran Gibbs, tell you what's worth seeing and what's not. And by the way, Austin and Dylan, London Has Fallen was terrible. And this week I got the opportunity to sit down with Cole Jackson as he's going to give you a movie review this week, because watching last week made me think I'm not the only one who watches movies. Take a look.
My name is Cole Jackson, and I saw Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Prior to the release of the film, my thoughts were, well, before seeing the trailers and the reviews and stuff, my thoughts were pretty high. I was hoping it was going to be good. Man of Steel had some promise to it. It wasn't a great movie, but it was there. And so coming into this one, I had some pretty high thoughts. I was really hopeful that it was going to be good. I liked Henry Cavill, or Cavill, I don't really know how you pronounce his name, as Superman. And I wasn't sure about the Affleck casting as Batman, but I figured he'd probably be okay. He was good in Gone Girl. That's really the only movie I really like him in. Then I saw the trailers, and I was like, okay, they kind of spoiled a bunch of it. But then they were like, no, we didn't spoil anything. Don't worry, you'll be fine. So, okay, that brought my hopes back up a little bit. Then I read the non-spoiler reviews a couple days before going in, watched some videos, and a lot of people were disappointed. And so I think that kind of brought my hopes down a little bit. But in all, I was still excited to go see the movie, one of the biggest movie releases of the year. And I went in hopeful. I think I was most excited about probably Jesse Eisenberg, because I really like him as an actor, and I thought some of the stuff in the trailers they have shown had him being pretty cool. And I wasn't quite sure how they were going to make him into the comic book version of the Lex Luthor, how like that transition was going to happen with the way he looks and stuff. So figuring out that was kind of cool. Well, going in, I was least excited about Ben Affleck. And I wasn't excited. I mean, Christian Bale's my Batman. I love him as Batman. And Michael Keaton was also very good. The other ones aren't too great. But I wasn't very excited about him. So he was my downplay coming into the movie. My thoughts during the film were kind of like a roller coaster. It was up and down for me. The start of the movie, like first minute, I was good. Second minute, I was like, oh my God, what is going on? And then it just kind of kept going up and down from there. There were many great scenes in this movie, but there are also ones that needed a lot of work. After the fact, to be honest, like I was saying earlier, my hopes were really high, and I read the reviews and it lowered them a little bit. And so I came into the movie with less hopes, which I think in the end made the movie better for me. And so I was more impressed with the movie after I'd read the reviews, because some of the reviews were really bad. And, my hopes got lowered in those 2 days prior, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to go in, I'm just going to try and enjoy the movie. And I enjoyed the movie. There's parts of this movie that need to be fixed. It's not a perfect movie. But, I wasn't feeling as bad as I did before I saw it, so that was good. On a scale of 1 to 5 Tomahawks, I would give this movie a 3 out of 5.
And there you have it. Thank you, Cole, for your interview, and thank you for watching. You have a good day.
Thank you, Kieran. Now is the moment for music, with an interview with a local band.
Hi there, we are 60% of That Fabulous Mess. I'm Zach, I play guitar and I sing backing vocals.
I'm Kieran, I play the drums.
I'm Alex, and I play bass.
We started because, I don't know, we just had nothing to do when we just started jamming, me and Kieran. And then after a while, we picked up Alex, we started jamming, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, me and Zach, the first time we ever played music together was 8th grade, after he played a guitar solo in Mr. Norman's class, and I played the drums a little bit, not as well as I do right now, but I just took him home one day and we just played music. And ever since, we've been off and on jamming. And this year, we actually just like formed the semblance of a band and have a bunch of tracks going, and I think it's going really well.
Yeah, and Marmaduke, our lead guitarist, I didn't actually know he played guitar until we started talking again. And he was a lot better than me, which is why he's lead guitar. And then we just kind of found Justin. He was working at the Arrow at the time, and we just kind of talked to him because I didn't want to sing, or at least lead vocals. Alex didn't, Marmaduke didn't either. So they're just like, hey, you want to be our singer? We like these bands. He's like, yeah, I like those bands. Let's just make music.
I was originally the lead guitarist, and then we found Marmaduke, and it was like, oh, well, here, you can have my spot, I don't care.
Yeah, he's way better
And
than
then I
both
kind
of
of
us.
just reached in for the bass, and just,
Well, we had a couple tryout runs with Marmaduke in the lead guitar spot, and then Samson showed up with a bass one day, and we were jamming, and I was sitting there playing the drums, and the general like rule of thumb is a bass and a drum are like tight. So I would continually like change up tempos, and he would follow me like a beast, man. So we knew he was perfect for the bass. Right now, our band is very recreational. We have some secret gigs planned out in our heads anyway, and we're just working. We're working. It's all work.
We're mostly covers right now, but we do hope to start doing originals in the future. Like we got sort of an original halfway down. Hopefully we can clean it up and get going on some original material.
I'm just hoping that we can all like buckle down on a sound together and create something really cool.
Yeah.
Great interview, guys. This week's weather segment has a special guest star. Hello, and welcome back to Tomahawk Weather. Things have settled down here at Tomahawk News, and I am back to give you an actual weather report. This week will be sunny with a few clouds in the middle of the week. The nice spring weather will continue to be present with temperatures from the low 70s to the low 80s. The strong wind that we have been feeling will also be present in the upcoming week. Weather threatened the southeastern states last week, bringing the first bout of severe weather for the spring season. Tornadoes, intense lightning, and floods were not odd sightings in Oklahoma, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas. More of this weather is expected in the upcoming weeks. Here at Nocona High School, we have our very own weather spotter. I got a chance to sit down with junior William 8th, who travels with his uncle to help keep the people of the surrounding area safe. Here's what he has to say.
I chase storms to keep the public informed about inclement weather. I storm chase with my uncle. We've been chasing since 5th grade. And he does all the driving and setting up, and I tell him where to be and what time to be there because I am the forecaster. I forecast before the storms hit. I have to set up where we are going to chase before the storm hits. I forecast with computer models, state of the arts, and tell him where we go. We start making sure all of our cameras are ready, and we sit there and we watch models, and we pay attention to model trends to make sure that we are at the right place that we need to be. My uncle has his ham radio license, and we report to the National Weather Service. Whatever area we are in, if we're closer to Fort Worth, we report to the National Weather Service in Fort Worth, and if we're more close to Oklahoma City, we report to the National Weather Service in Norman, Oklahoma. Well, regular warning is 15 minutes in advance, and that's just with radar, so that's the reason why we storm spotters go chasing, is because radar data doesn't come in as fast. It's not really a learning experience. You learn before you go chasing, because if you don't, you probably will kill yourself. What we do is we inform the public about tornadoes and severe weather before they hit, so they will be warned and ready to take cover.
Thank you, William, and thank you for watching Tomahawk Weather. See you back next week.
Thank you for the forecast and interesting interview, Macy. Cole Jackson does not have a sports segment for you this week, but he does have a story about the upcoming bond election.
Tomahawk TV News presents the Bond Election of 2016. Nokona's source for information.
Hello, Nocona High School, and welcome to this week's first edition of Tomahawk TV News Election HQ. I'm Cole Jackson, taking a break from sports this week. I'm here outside of the administration's building, and I have a very important issue to talk about, which is a very, important issue for this town today, and it's about the bond election that is coming up for the new school. And basically, the story is telling us about why are we settling. The building serving as Nocona High School is about 63 years old. Many parents of some students have walked the same hallways, and some of their grandparents have walked the halls as students before too. The age of the building is undeniable, and according to some active community members, something has to be done. The idea of a new school for our students, believe it or not, became a developing idea about 10 years ago. But with the town's low tax base, a strategic plan had to be prepared. Superintendent Dr. Gerhardt remembers hearing parents and students say, "Why can't we have something like this?" when traveling to school events hosted at other schools. But she knew it had to be a community choice with the bond election to decide whether or not we could have something like many schools around the area have been blessed with. But now, after 10 years of preparing, the chance has arrived. You have the choice to build a new high school for our town's students, and its plans are going to be laid out for the community in the coming months. The only catch is the community's taxes will go up by 39 cents. However, people 65 and older will not see their taxes go up if they have applied for their homestead exemption freeze. Some people might say that might be too much, but the question that people in support of the school want you to answer is paying the extra 39 cents worth it for our kids' future? The new school that is in question already has a design and a proposed area to be built on. You can even see the outside virtual tour on the Political Action Committee's Facebook page. The building that serves as the high school now would be a great setting for middle school students, but they are just too outdated for high school students, which is why the new building is said to be so important. The bond proposal that you will vote on is worth $15,100,000, and the new building's design provides for the state standards basic needs that will allow the high school to have better safety procedures and operate more efficiently. The new building is even likely to cost less to operate than the building we have now. The Political Action Committee fighting for the new building is co-chaired by Crystal Ferguson and Lance Meekins, and they really just want you to let your voice be heard. The community has a chance to change their future. When history is written, what do you want that story to be? The Political Action Committee in support of the new building is on Facebook under the name Our Kids, Our Future. Be sure to check out their page for any information. It's all important to this big idea that they've came up with. They are hosting 2 open forums for the community on April 11th and April 21st, so be sure to check those out. And be tuned for the next coming weeks as we become your fair and balanced Election HQ.
Thank you for the enlightening segment, Cole. Zach Boyd is back answering your questions, but this time with the help of Rowdy Waters.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Just Ask Zach, or shall I say Zach Just Asked for this week. Haha! I'm your host, Zach Boyd. This week we're going to do something a little different. About halfway through my segment, I will be asking one of Nokona's own bright and bushy-eyed, goofy little boys, Rowdy Waters, a question of our own.
Yeah, that laugh was so fake, just saying.
Whatever.
Terrible.
Our first question comes in from @Desi_Ray17 ask, how much did you like my face swap I did with my brother? Well, I didn't retweet it, so...
You know, Zach wishes he could do a face swap with me.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Okay, that's a little weird.
Okay. Our next question comes in from @CarlsTheGreat asked, how much do you like cats? I'm more of a dog person.
Yeah, you smell like a dog person. Ooh. Ooh.
Hurtful. Herb. Our next question comes in from @Papulicious15 asked, do you like Jake Dalton as much as I do?
I think he likes Dalton Kirby more, you know? Kinda, they got a thing going on.
Oh.
It's cute. No, you, Zach. You and Dalton.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah.
How sweet.
You boy Curbs.
Keeping the elbow warm.
Mm-hmm.
Stay strong.
My name is Rowdy Waters. I'm in the freshman class. 14 years old.
Nice.
How much do I like cats? I hate cats. I don't have a pizza cat shirt on.
Oh, it's me. My bad. Well, that's it for this week's segment of Just Ask Zach. Please send in more questions at #JustAskZach on Twitter, and I will see you next week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, like there are ladies watching. Don't kid yourself.
You already know there is.
Thank you for the segment, guys. And remember to submit your questions to Just Ask Zach on Twitter. Sabrina Matthews has an interview with Kieran Gibbs.
Hello, this is Sabrina Matthews with Tomahawk TV News. This week, I'll be interviewing Kieran Gibbs, who did the Tomahawk TV News field report last week.
The segment I normally have on Tomahawk TV News is the movie dumpster. And the reason that I took over the Tomahawk field report is because Mr. Norman thought it'd be a cool idea for everybody to draw a new segment out of the hat, essentially. And I normally do movie reviews, but I had to actually find a story and do something this week. What I thought of the change was it was certainly eye-opening. It's certainly different going from the movie dumpster to a field report, because normally in the movie dumpster, I just go see movies, write reviews, and do my business. But in the field report, I had to find a story and do something. The person I interviewed, though, for the field report was Macy Melton, and I interviewed her about her first year on stage in one-act play because there wasn't really anything going on that I could do. I definitely did find field reporting difficult, and it's way more difficult than the movie dumpster, because the movie dumpster is what I said, just me watching movies and complaining about them, and that's sort of my forte. I can just watch a movie, write a review in about like 5 minutes, and shoot a segment, be done with it. And the field report was certainly more difficult because I had to actually use my brain for something other than critiquing stuff. Another difficult thing I found about it was finding a topic, because with movies there's new ones every week, sometimes every day during the summer, and you can go see something and write a review over something. But in school, it's unpredictable of what's going to be happening. I mean, you could go like 3 months without anything happening or something new happening like twice a day. That's how unpredictable something new at school is, and that's why field reporting is different and much more difficult than the movie dumpster. Field reporting was interesting. It made me think harder than I ever had to in this experience. And honestly, if I had the choice to do it, I probably wouldn't if I had to choose between the movie dumpster and field reporting. But honestly, it wasn't that bad, and if I got stuck with it, I wouldn't be so upset.
This has been Sabrina Matthews with Tomahawk TV News, coming at you from Nocona High.
Thank you. Dylan Parker and Austin Waters have interviewed Dylan Wilson about his love for video games.
Hello, I'm Dylan. This is Austin. Welcome to this week's edition of Tomahawk Gaming News. This week we will be looking at a game called Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. In this game you will take control of characters from the anime Naruto Shippuden. You can either go through the storyline or battle other people to see who's the best. There are multiple characters that you can use, and all of them have different moves that you can use to beat your opponent.
There are different modes you can play. There is story mode where you can go through the story of the Great Ninja War, free battle where you can battle other players on your system or computer, online battle where you can play online with people around the world, and lastly is adventure where you can walk around the ninja world and complete missions. This game takes precision timing and knowing what moves fit and where.
We're going to go and talk to a fellow gamer and see what games he likes to play and what system he mainly plays on.
Personally, I like playing on the PlayStation 4 the most. Even though the Xbox has its perks, I still think the PlayStation controller is better for the reason of the movement mechanics inside the controller. You move the controller a certain way, a certain game will respond how you want it to. And the Xbox just doesn't have that. It's just a controller. I love playing on first-person and third-person shooters, even though I will occasionally play the role-playing games or mass multiplayer online role-playing games, but shooters always overlast the others. I started playing video games whenever I was about 4, and I got a Nintendo DS, and I got Metroid for it, and then I got a Nintendo 64, and then I kind of stopped playing games for a little bit until I got a GameCube and started playing again. Although console and PC gaming is my favorite, I do end up playing casual card games or board games, but of course console always surpasses everything else.
Now for gaming news. Information and screenshots for Pokemon Go has been released. There is still no set release date for the game. Microsoft has released a list of all the current games that are backwards compatible for Xbox One. There is currently 140 games and still more to come. That is it for this week. Next week we'll be doing things a little different and be doing a card game called Yu-Gi-Oh! And doing a 3 or 4 week tutorial on how to play the game. Check back next week for everything to do with gaming.
Good job, guys. Dale and Jesus have a special sit-down interview for your enjoyment.
Yeah, it's Dale with the Dale Show.
Hey y'all, before we start, I just want to let y'all know the muley got chopped off in a lawn tractor accident, and I ain't too proud of it, but it's still me, still Dale. I ain't no crazy communist ISIS sucker out there. It's still me, you know, just a little bit shorter mane on me, alright? Now, we're going to do this little interview thingy here, and well, let's see. Cut. Well, you know, I think me and here, little Jesus, we known each other for about 10 years now. What happened was I met his mother down there at the pub, the local little watering hole down there, and we got to talking. She's real into soccer, you know, soccer is how they do it. Me personally, I'm more into that foosball game. But we was talking about somebody doing something, kicking a ball to the goalkeeper. I don't know. I can't really understand her. She was talking that lingo. And then this little sucker walked in with a broom and a mop, and he had all this stuff going, man. He was cleaning and whooping around, and I was like, wow, little Jesus over there. He looked like a good buddy of mine. It's whatever, though.
Man, so much to choose from.
Hardest job was that 1 yard we mowed. I'd tell you what, we were mowing and we'd eaten for about, I kid you not, 4 hours. There was trees. There was more than 10 acres on that sucker. I had my good lawn tractor, you know, American-made John Deere. This sucker right here, he sticks to the old freaking Juan and Carlos, his 2 freaking feet, and pushes that dang lawn tractor around. And I just, what are you doing there, little Jesus? What were you doing?
Good exercise.
No, you stop it, Jesus. He don't know anything about exercise. Oh, my favorite brand of lawn tractors. Let me tell you something. If you don't drive an American-made John Deere, you're a communist. You work for ISIS, or you're gonna vote for somebody other than Donald Trump. Make America great again. That's what I say. What about you there, little Jesus?
Good old push mower. I don't know.
Really? Push mower?
Yeah. Push mower. Whatever.
He's a communist.
I mean,
he's one of them commies.
I don't even know the brand. I find it in the junkyard, fix it up, you know.
He ain't gonna vote for Donald Trump. He ain't gonna vote for him.
For sure.
Alright. You know what? You're lost cause. What am I most excited about prom? Me personally, I like the free food. You get in there, you get all this free food going on in there, everybody jumping around doing these little dance moves and stuff. They don't even notice how much you're eating. Jesus, what do you like most about prom?
The dancing.
You dancing, sucker?
Yes, sir.
Come on, show us some of your moves.
Nah.
Come on.
I'm a little rusty.
Jesus, don't, come on.
Right.
Show a little, give me a little bit of, yeah, Jesus, yeah, little mariachi, look at you. Yeah, Jesus, golly, I tell you what, he's crazy. Like I told you, man, I found him in the trash can.
I don't like Taco Bell, basically.
Man, don't listen to him. He's crazy.
The taco stand on the side of the corner is pretty good tacos.
Man, you know what? Just 'cause your uncle and your aunt own that thing don't mean you always got to embrace them and let everybody know about them, okay? We're talking about Taco Bell, not the taco stand on the corner.
I mean, some way they gotta help me pay my bills.
Yep, you got to pay your own bills. We mowed 3 yards this week. So you want me to bring my favorite thing to grill to a barbecue? I'm going to bring possum, skunk, or armadillo. You find all 3 of them on the side of the road. It's all roadkill. Me personally, I'll swerve for them. I'll swerve and get them, man. I'm eating good tonight. You cut them possum tails off, you turn them into a steak, that's $10 a pop. You get $10 a pop for one of them possum tails, woo, mama, she's happy. She's happy because you're making mama proud. What about you, sucker?
Same thing, armadillo's the way to go.
He's crazy, man. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Now I'm telling y'all, little Jesus, he seems like a little stifler, kind of shy. But let's go check out behind the scenes what he's doing when the camera's not on him, huh?
Segment, guys. Madeline and Emily have interviewed the most fashionable teacher at NHS this week.
Welcome to this week's segment of MLG, Make It Look Gucci. I'm Emily Flores.
And I'm Madeline O'Neill.
Our first category is Gucci. First on the list is Kendall Jenner. A floor-length coat and leather pants, the outfit choices Kendall makes is the reason why she's always on our Gucci list.
Kendall always looks good in every outfit she wears.
Next up is Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. Now before anyone asks, yes, she is pregnant. And even with that belly, she looks fantastic in a nude and cream colored coat with a matching V-cut dress.
Is she wearing heels and she's pregnant?
Next up is the Biebs, of course. Bieber wearing 90s grunge, my life has been complete. Since we're talking about Gucci, check out this person who knows a bit about fashion.
People would describe my style as eclectic because I dress however I feel like dressing at the time. My fashion inspiration would be, I guess, close to Audrey Hepburn, but she has a classic style, and that's not always me. I can't leave the house without my rings, my accessories. I have before, and then when I'm not wearing them, I feel like just completely weird for the rest of the day. But it's normally a big chunky necklace. I always wear one of these. My favorite thing to buy at stores would be open cardigans. I love open cardigans. I wear them all the time. And I swear half of my closet are throwovers. And I've got so many of those. Also, flats. I wear flats all the time, or shoes, not high heels. I'll trip and fall in high heels. I think my style is most like me. It's like, hey, I feel happy today. I'm going to wear bright colors, or I'm feeling kind of retro today. I'm going to wear some polka dots.
For our Gucci Guilty category, first up is Ellie Goulding. Sheer is not the way to go, sweetheart. You just don't look good in it.
You really need a better shirt.
Next up we have Nick Jonas. Being the wealthiest Jonas brother, I figured he could afford clean pants. That's all for this week on MLG, and remember, dress classy, not trashy.
This week, I have had the privilege to cover a new business in Nocona. The Burrito Shop, which opened on February 4th, has been very successful since moving here. Some students at NHS have expressed their opinions on this new business.
I've been to the Burrito Shop about 4 or 5 times now.
I've been to the Burrito Shop a handful of times.
I've been to the Burrito Shop 4 times.
I've been to the Burrito Shop about 4 times.
I've been to the Burrito Shop a lot of times. I've been to the Burrito Shop like 4 or 5 times, I think.
Of course. I like the chicken in the Burrito Shop. It's really good.
I like that they're fast, they're homemade, You can call it in and it'll be ready for you by the time you go to lunch.
My favorite part of the burrito shop is the brisket.
My favorite part about the burrito shop is how fast and easy you can get it made, and it's only $4.50.
My favorite part of the burrito shop is the burritos. My favorite part of the burrito shop is eating the burritos.
Before it came here, I never ate there. So I'm glad that it finally came here so that I can actually experience it.
I'm glad the burrito shop moved to Nocona because it's more convenient and they're probably going to get a lot more business.
I am glad that the burrito shop moved to Nocona.
I'm glad they moved to Nocona because I had to drive all the way to Montague to get burritos. I am glad they moved to Nocona because now I get more than just Sonic burritos.
The chicken without pico and any cream, but with like potatoes and cheese and everything else except for pico and all the cream.
Oh, my favorite order is brisket burrito with no sauce.
My order is usually brisket, tomatoes, rice, and beans.
I get brisket burritos with everything on them. Generally, my favorite order is the chicken burritos with everything.
Welcome to the weekly viral review, in which we tell you what has been recently trending on the internet. I'm Connor Barrett.
And I'm Jocelyn Wadlow. Our first video comes from At Best Hockey Clips of why you should always look up.
And that is a major leak.
Now, personally, I don't really like Madonna, but this guy takes it a little too far. Loves her. Can't get enough. Kind of strange.
My name is Adam. I live in Hollywood, California, and I am addicted to being Madonna. I really challenge myself to look just like her. I have had over 18 surgeries. I've spent $75,000 to look like Madonna. I've had my cheeks done, my jaw done, my chin done. I've had Botox. I mean, half of my face is fake.
And as many of you may know, we're more advanced in the video world, so we went out and asked a professional about the art of pictures.
How do you prepare for a photo shoot?
Well, when I'm getting ready for a photo shoot, first thing I think about is what equipment I'm going to need. And it'll vary a lot depending on what type of shoot it is. So it's good to have an equipment checklist and make sure you have everything you need. And kind of depending on what kind of job it is, it's important to have backup for different equipments. Like if I'm doing a wedding, I'm always going to have at least 2 or 3 camera bodies and several lenses, because you don't want to be in an important event like that and have a camera go down on you and not have a backup. Other important things would be maybe a layout of how a final image is going to look if you're doing a commercial or an advertising shoot. If you're doing portraits or wedding, you want to make sure you have directions to where you're going, where you're meeting the client at, because you don't want to show up late for a job, especially something like a wedding or something.
What kind of equipment do you use?
What type of equipment do I use? Mostly for my cameras, Nikon. It's a brand I've been with for probably 30 years now, and kind of went from when it was old film cameras into digital with them. And I've got several different types of camera bodies and different lenses. So other equipment would be lighting, and really there's no one particular brand that I use a lot with lighting. I have lots of different brands, lots of different types as far as lighting and stuff.
And how does your camera differ from a video camera?
So how does a DSLR differ from a video camera? Actually, nowadays they're probably more similar than they are different, because most of your DSLR cameras do shoot video and really high quality video. A lot of the indie filmmakers are now using DSLRs to shoot films with. Even some of the TV series you see are being shot with DSLRs. As far as how they differ, though, the DSLR has a lot larger chip than most of your video cameras until you get into some of the really super high-end video. the chip's a lot bigger in a DSLR, so that's why the indie filmmakers like the DSLRs. One of the drawbacks though to using a DSLR for doing video is they're not really set up real well as far as like how you handle the camera for video. So you usually have to have a rig or something else to go with it to hold it or put it on a tripod and focusing and everything. Whereas on a traditional video camera, a lot of them are set up with like a shoulder mount. It makes it a lot easier for doing portable stuff. So, you know, kind of just depending on what you're doing. The real video cameras are a little easier to use when it comes down to doing video.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And last but not least, we're going to finish up with our adorable animal video of the week. It comes from @relate of a surprised monkey. And it's pretty awesome. And that's it for this weekly viral review. Thanks for watching, and remember, Nocona High School, you're kind of a big deal.
Thank you for tuning in, Monte County.
Tomahawk TV News, Monte County's only newscast, coming at you from Nocona High School.